came about, and that came about from when Joel's said the music about the towers back in the day.
Yeah.
It was a very sensitive time when
It
he had
was.
mentioned it. But at that time, being rebellious in this rap game was when we made a lot of money, and we was definitely on the forefront of being rebellious.
I ain't gonna lie to you, a lot of kids was running home from school to listen to Angie Martinez throwing that shit with Jay-Z and Cam. You know what I'm saying? They was running home, cause yo, the Empire State Building, that shit was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And then the Heat Makers was born, like, I'm ready, I'm ready. Yo, bro, y'all had the game in a choke hold.
Yeah.
You hear me? In a motherfucking chokehold.
Aesthetics.
And then, yo, bro, you was about to go off with everybody. Stacks, everybody, bro. You had it in a chokehold, bro. You found your own lane. You was good at it. You was business savvy. Nobody was taking advantage. I was tuned in, man. We like I didn't grow up with a father, you know what I'm saying? So hip hop was our father. You guys was our father. You know what I mean? So me meeting Cam, Kiss, meeting you, like man, my life is good, man. I'm complete. I seen the Yankees win 5 chips. I kicked it with Jimmy.
Not this year. Not this year.
You know what I'm saying? In the past, so I'm good. I could die happy, my brother. I'm good. I'm good. I was speaking to Jazz Poe last night. Like, yo, I'm in town, cause I live in Florida. You know what I mean? I was doing my shit. I was going through my shit with opiates. I was killing the gram. I was killing the gram.
No, you was going wild.
You know what I'm saying, my nigga?
Yeah,
I was killing that
you had
shit.
it in chokehold.
Word, bro. And I fucked up. I started getting so much money. Motherfucker was buying mad opiates, going crazy. So I did what I did. I ended up moving out to Florida for 3 years. I went to Vegas with this nigga Larry. He had a show we did with Jose Canseco. It was good. But then my mans just called me like, yo, bro, nigga, you good, nigga, come to Jersey, we gonna do some other shit, and we gonna get to this bag, man. That shit you did in Vegas was cool, but you gotta come back to the East Coast and cook with us, we got you. I was like, say less, my niggas kept their word, bro. And I'm here with you now, Lilo.
Yeah. Fire. God bless
So
you, man.
you were saying,
Thank you, my brother, man.
You were saying before that because I know you had a studio album, correct, called Wasted Talent?
Wasted Talent.
I gotta be honest with you, because when I first heard that and I heard my voice, I'm saying, how come I never got contact? Am I gonna get a piece of this?
Bro,
But
you know, when I did the album, me getting in contact with you was probably the furthest thing from my mind. And a lot of times I forget who I am. Like, and my son always tell me that and shit like that. But it was like the furthest from my mind. And where I was at that time in music, I was like, didn't know if I was in, didn't know if I was out. I didn't know what I was doing. But I had seen the movie. And I was like, damn. I like right before I did the album, the movie came on TV. It's some wild shit. I'm like, I just watched it again because the movie is just one of my favorite movies. And I'm like, wow.
you just said something interesting about you didn't know if you were in or you were out. Explain.
You told my discouragement.
Okay.
Before, right?
Right.
I was a victim of being discouraged from the game. Almost to the point where I discouraged myself out of the game, and I think that's what the masses be the most happy about. Like, oh, that's one less person we got to worry about. Who we on to the next one? I was in Miami, moved to Miami for a couple years, chilling, wasn't really doing no music. But in Miami, I started helping a bunch of up-and-coming artists in Miami because I had the knowledge, and I'm like, yo, there's so many talented kids out here. Let me see what I could do. And I just started helping putting people on. Like, well, shout out to my man Zoe Dollars, shout out to Ball Greasy, and you in Florida, so you got
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta know how.
Zoe Dollars, he shows a lot of love and respect to you.
I mean, he has to.
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
to say it like that, but
yeah, no, absolutely.
I put
he
him
always
on.
give you your flowers.
I met Zoe Dollars when he was in his slides.
You know what's crazy? That he knew me. I was in a strip club one day. Yo, look, what up, baby? You know what I'm saying? That's that East Coast shit, baby.
That's that lane you made for yourself, though.
Yes.
And that's how I be. That's a whole nother. We'll talk about the power of influences in a little while and shit like that.
Yes,
I don't want to. I'll be high, my brain be all over.
Yo, absolutely. Yeah,
But
same.
the wasted talent, yeah. When I'm in, I was out. I was at a point where I didn't know what to do music. I went to Miami and helped people out, and then I ended up coming back.
But why do you say you didn't know if you wanted to do music? Because you didn't know how you'd be received and perceived at that point in your career?
I don't know if it was how I'll be received or perceived, because whatever room I walk in, they're gonna have to respect it regardless.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was more of I was burnt out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, if you know my history from this game, it's like, yo, I've been through a lot. I've been up against the monsters. You know what I mean? Like, I've been up against the giants. Like, it's been so much that I've been through that I never even talked about. That's crazy because my brother just called me and was just talking to me about my album. And he was just telling me about painting a narrative of telling people everything you've been through that you haven't really talked about, because you should talk about it. There's a whole new generation that don't know who Jim Jones is or was and how powerful he is to this hip-hop culture. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of that in mind. She got me thinking about a whole bunch of support. I don't know where we was at.
We were saying discouragement
you said some shit though.
So let me ask you, with that discouragement, right? Did you ever get discouraged? Did they ever win? Did they ever accomplish what they were trying to accomplish?
Never. I didn't let it happen. I turned that discouragement into fuel to be encouraged to do better for myself, no matter what anybody else thought. I had to figure out how to become comfortable in uncomfortable places. And right now, it's pretty much ain't no place that I won't go that I ain't comfortable at. And the crazy thing about it, that is I'm from the bottom. I'm from where there was nothing left, so I was always comfortable in the most uncomfortable places. If niggas grew up like I grew up, then anything above that is a piece of cake. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
To be honest, we not supposed to be here.
100%, but then we are supposed to be here.
That at the same time.
You dig? Like, they want you to think we not supposed to be here.
That part.
Because of everything they put us against and the box they put us in and the things that they didn't give us so we can make it out of that box. Like, we grew up different, so naturally they want us to think that. Like, when you young.
Jim, you Puerto Rican?
Yes, I'm half Puerto Rican, and your teachers tell you.
What's the Guillermo, right?
Hey, yo, Titi, I got Jimmy in the building.
Because I saw
Titi, it's lit. Titi gonna be proud, man. She gonna be proud, man.
So yeah, okay.
You gonna be proud, man.
So you ever deal with like depression? Because I know, like, you know, your monstrous hit, like balling, and like it's like you set the bar so high for yourself. Like, do you deal with like depression? Is it like, you know?
I think I've been depressed before in my life. I don't know if I ever put my finger on it as it was depression. You dig? But I'm built to get up every day and move as if I have a job, whether I don't or I do. So I don't have time to let depression set in, regardless where I was at in life. And just because I didn't know if I wanted to do music, that just was enough. And music is something simple. I'm really a great man that could do anything. This was just another hurdle that I had to figure out where I want to go. If the music was over, then it was something else that people would know Joseph Jones' name in a big way, no different than it was in music. Like, I'm a jack of all trades. I'm not the master of one, but I'm better than, no, I'm the master of none, but I'm better than the master of one. And I really mean that.
No, I seen it. I seen business Jimmy, music Jimmy, fucking actor Jimmy, like literally, boyfriend Jimmy. I seen it all. I seen it all, bro. I seen all, like he said, all jacks, all trades, man.
What about addiction? You ever deal with addiction?
Weed.
Weed?
Thank you, brother.
I never did anything else in my life. I've been scared away from that type of hard drugs since I was younger, and watched my whole family go through addiction in the 80s. I mean, living a good life and reaping all the benefits till it turn around on you and bite you in the ass. I've seen all that as a young kid, and I vowed from watching that when I was younger to never ever pick up anything that was besides something I control, like weed. And I might drink a little bit, but the niggas, you know me and shit like that on my soul.
So when you with all your cool friends and they drinking lean and all that, what's going through your head?
Well, I come from a different era where we consider people to be fiends.
Yeah.
My niggas don't drink lean that I grew up with. Now some of my niggas that I've got in the game with and shit like that, that's their vice of choice. Yeah. And I'm not here to judge nobody. You heard?
Yeah.
You dig? But I can tell you this, a lot of these kids that are out here today, in my day, you would be considered a fiend. And we never hung out with fiends. You heard? Even the friends of mine that used to smoke dust, we used to shun them because nigga used to dust ass. Stop smoking dust. You only can hang out with us when you was dust free. You dig? Like, it's just like it's like that. But we don't judge. But yeah, there is a criteria of people that we used to call.
And that shit might affect you.
But now it's okay. You heard? Now it's the cool thing to do.
crazy.
But crack was also the cool thing to do also when it first came out. All the big ballers that was getting the money in the hundreds of thousands and millions and riding the ride was using crack the same way these kids are using perks and all of the 30s and 80s and whatever it is. It's the same difference.
Yeah, Wu-Tang used to talk about it. Wu-Tang used to talk about
I know
smoking joints
real
with...
rich crackheads, and not to say it like that. It was the drug of choice. It was what they were into. You dig? Like if you see Wolf of Wall Street and they start hitting crack, these niggas are rich millionaires. But this was what it was going on, and turn into the boogeyman. And these kids right now, and you know you've been a victim of being under the opiate spell and shit like that. What they don't understand, that is the rich heroin.
Yeah.
If your bag don't stay up, your addiction sticks. And if you can't afford the rich heroin,
you're gonna get the cheap one.
You're gonna get
that $10 bag.
You're gonna get fentanyl.
And you're gonna die.
That's what they doing out here right now. So pick your poison. And I'm not here to judge because I've picked a lot of poison in my life. I'm just happy to be still here to tell you.
Thank you for sharing that message, man.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, man.
I read that you have a son, Joey, right?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. It's my guy, man.
How old is he now?
He's 21.
Oh, wow.
He's 21, man. I just was having a conversation with him. What's this, yesterday? About this one picking up and doing different things. I was like, you know what? Because he used to be incredible at football, and we all go through things and shit like that, and I never try to come down on him. I don't know what it is. I don't know. You know, and to be who I am spills over a lot in his life as he was coming up in school and shit like that. You know what I mean? So he dealt with a lot of things I had to go through and shit like that. But moving forward and shit like that, and as I'm watching them, I'm like, yo, you know, we in a different position than it was when I was coming up. Everything I had to do had to stick. I didn't have an option to do anything else but what would work. This hard work that I put in gives you an option to do so many things in life.
Yes.
You're young right now.
Yes.
If you want to play football, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to climb mountains, if you want to be a fireman, if you want to go to the army, do all the shit right now because you have me.
Yeah. We didn't have that.
We didn't have that.
The stage is set.
And try it out. It's not like you did. He's not one of them kids that want to ball and all that. He knows he got access to everything. But it's like, yo, this is where I'm at with him right now. Like, nigga, if you want to go to Europe like that, I want to go to Europe for a month. Go, nigga. Go do everything I didn't have the access to do because I was so bent on making sure I make it out of my situation. You know what I mean? And then I had you, and it was like, oh, I'm locked in. I have to make it out the situation.
That's your only son?
Yeah.
Your only child?
Only child.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
You got kids?
No, I don't. No kids.
I got a 17-year-old and a 13-year-old.
Boy, girl,
My son's 17. He got his license. They moved out to Florida. He got a girl. He's doing his thing. He's flourishing. Don't smoke no weed. He's chilling. You know what I mean? He was happy about the show today. Capo? Nah! Yo, he's hip. You know what I mean? He's a hip 17-year-old. I put him on the game. You know what I mean? So my daughter's 13. She's doing great. She's flourishing. I think the best thing that happened to me was getting hooked on the pills so I could find out my life was going nowhere to move to Florida. Because I've been out there for 3 years and everything is beautiful, bro. It's like it's heaven. It's like I died and went to heaven. They don't got a lot of culture in Port St. Lucie. No disrespect, y'all. Your close at 2. That shit's disgusting. Jim Jones is getting to the club at 2:30. The fuck are you doing? Yo, you know what's crazy, Jimmy? You probably been to Vibes. Cause my niggas fuck with you out there, J-Dot.
I've been in
They had Jewels out there a couple times. You know, they fuck with you heavy. Like my town, they love y'all, man. You know what I mean? So that shit kind of saved my life moving out there. But now I came back out here and I'm like, yo, this is where it's at. This shit is shaking.
The comeback is over.
You know what I mean? I feel good. I'm clean. I got rules.
What was the inspiration for capo? Like where did? Because you know a capo is not really a boss. He's like, you know, you have a boss, you have a consigliere, you have a boss, underboss, consigliere, and then you got captains. When we
started this whole thing, it was the Diplomats. And I appointed Killer the Dawn.
Oh, okay. So you was a capo.
Cam was the Dawn.
Oh, okay.
I was the second
I didn't know the hierarchy. I didn't know how the structure was set up. Oh, okay.
Zeke and you had Jewels and lieutenants and all that shit. We kind of structured everything we did after that. So I went from Capo to Cappy to Cappy. You heard?
Oh, yeah. Capo di tutti i capi. Head of all heads.
So if you don't know what, you tell them again.
Capo di tutti capi is head of all heads. Boss of all bosses.
Literally.
That's what I went from capo to capo to tutti capi.
In organized crime, when somebody's a captain, because first you have guys, they're associates, and then if they're capable and they can make money.
This is organized rhyme, though. I want to make sure they know that.
But then if they're capable and they can make money, then they become a made guy. The whole ceremony with the pricking of the finger. And now when they're soldiers, and then they see the guys that make the money, then the guys that can make the money,
all the made
capos,
guys
and they got their crews.
All the made guys were the people that we actually signed a deal to.
Oh, really?
That was the similarities between the prick and the finger. If you got to sign a deal, you were a made guy inside the circle. I mean, there were other things that we had made men for.
Oh, all right.
But
I like that.
we structured it like that in our business and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a fun time. I can tell you that. I'm glad that the time was before this social media time, because I don't know if the Diplomats would have. We definitely would have been banned. We'd be something. I don't know. God bless
Super
us.
viral.
But I know we were doing things that
Y'all was ahead of your time.
Should have not have no cameras around. And not to say us. There was a time where anybody who was outside were doing things that the camera did not need to see.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were there, you were there. If you wasn't, then we gonna.
R.I.P. Murph. He was there.
Shout out to Murph.
Murph was the Don. That was my boy right there, man. He was there.
He mentioned that you were doing some acting as well.
Yeah, like I've done acting throughout,
Absolutely.
even before I've got into the rap game. Like I was always wanted to do a little bit of acting and shit like that. It was just something that I was attracted to, watching movies and the screen, and that's why it compelled me to start directing for the Diplomats when we finally got our deal and all that. So any videos that you've seen from the beginning of our Diplomat career, I've directed.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yo, Jimmy, I got a question for you whenever you're ready.
I've always been there since, like I just finished filming a movie at the church steps for my album. I'll show you the intro of it when we finish this and shit like that. So the movie is my next direction I would like to go in. I didn't have the time before to do it because I was so hell-bent on making money and hustling and paying the bills, but I found a little comfort for myself in my resurgence in this game, you know what I mean? So
yes,
now
sir.
I'm able to kind of really start to really concentrate on making films and
Yeah, well, the advice I always give is write your own stuff. Nobody knows Jim Jones better than Jim Jones. Nobody knows where your talents lie, what the things that you're good at. I always just write your own thing. You know what I mean? I'm sure you got a great story, just the way you guys came to be, Dipset and all that stuff. And that's like, it's already written. It's already written. Now you got to find all the best.
So with that being said, why you never did a Bronx Tale 2? Or why you won't do a Bronx Tale 2? Or maybe you should do a Bronx Tale 2.
Well, yeah. They know I got something
Yeah, he
written.
got something. He got
I got
something.
something
He got
written.
something. He got
Maybe you
something.
come in as an EP, executive
Yeah,
producer.
absolutely.
I would love to.
Jim, I got a
trust me,
question for you.
I got a script I wrote called Never Meet Your Heroes. It's with the girl from A Bronx Tale. I meet her in a karaoke bar. I'm on the Joker Polka. I'm a degenerate gambler. She's an aspiring singer. Her mom's a retired nurse. It's a great story. Then we end up falling in love. We have a daughter, addiction, and the whole thing. The reason why the Bronx Tale thing, I don't really get along with Chaz Palminteri, the guy who played Sonny. You know, I'll make it known. I don't really give a shit. But the guy says he witnessed the murder in the Bronx Tale and that he didn't tell and that Sonny took him under his wing. But then when I got in trouble, the guy's on TV talking all this shit about me. I don't want anybody to think I got anything to do with this kid. He's supposed to be, you know, the guy Joey Molino, the boss from Philly, he called him a piece of shit.
But this is why. It's the same difference of what my brother just told me about. Boy, you gotta go back in history and remind people of who you are and what you've done. You need. That's in real time. This is your real name.
Of course, yeah. My father was like, "What is this guy
Anyway you bend
talking
this
like that?"
story, it's still Bronx Tale.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The whole story, Bronx Tale, you got to buy the rights to that. He owns that, or De Niro. So for me to do that, it's going to cost a lot more that I want to spend on making this movie. But when you see me and her on the poster, you're automatically going to think it's a sequel.
How marketing and the illusion of something works. You heard? Like, for any one of us that watch Bronx Tale, if you was just right now, put the cameras up and we do a scene and you just on a phone and don't say nothing and then put it on Instagram, what they gonna say?
Gonna go crazy.
Bronx
it.
Tales 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they must be doing.
Yeah, we don't have to say none, right? That's why when you see me and her on the poster,
gonna feel
they're
like
gonna
it.
say, "Oh, it's a sequel." I didn't say that, you did, and I didn't have to pay for it either. That's why. That's all we gotta do. Just put us.
The history of who your face, everything, but whatever you do, just has to be very impactful, like nigga, like, cause where you left off was one of the most impactful things in hip hop culture.
Yes, sir.
You know
Yes,
how
sir.
many eras of hip hop have took pages out of that movie and put them in videos and
Yeah.
Tell 'em.
You know
No,
what
the
I mean?
film definitely transcends time. You got kids today, 15 years old, just saw the film for the first time.
Yeah.
Even though it takes place in the 60s, transcends
son's
time.
17.
That's
The
why I
messages,
sat
everything
next
is
to
still
my
the
son
same. Right.
and made him watch it, like I was telling
Same.
you.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
When I first watched the movie, I didn't grow up with my pops, but I grew up with a lot of gangsters. You dig? And
Both sides.
sneaking outside from a Caribbean family who's very overprotective. If you know anything about these type of people from the island, they don't give you no room. They don't even want you to play no sports. Everything was academic. So with that being said, outside was all I had. Outside, and I had a lot of heart. So naturally, the niggas that was outside that was older than me took to me wherever I went and shit like that. But when I was watching the movie, I was like, wow, I felt like you in that position of with the gangsters, and I'm doing things that the gangsters did, and the gangsters cheering you on for being a solid little nigga. Like, oh, this is my, you know what I mean? And then, but I didn't get the other side. And watching that, I always felt the pain in my heart. Like, damn, I didn't get to do the bus rides with my pops.
Yeah,
I didn't get to do all that with my pops. And I was resenting you for shunning your pops in the movie because I became both of the people that was on camera.
Yes, sir.
I was the father,
Father
and the gangster.
and Chaz.
You heard? So I wanted him to watch it to see who I was for him. Like, bro, I'm both of these people in your life. This man fused this man, you heard? I was this man before you was born. When you was born, I had to turn myself into this man.
Lorenzo, the bus driver.
Yes.
You went from Sonny, but because of your son, you had to turn yourself into Lorenzo, the bus driver. Do you think turning yourself into Lorenzo, the bus driver, impacted your approach in the way you write music and what you write music about?
In a lot of ways, yes. In a lot of ways, yes, because the father in me always is with me with my music, no matter what. You dig? So if you know anything about my music, above all, I would give a lot of lessons in my music because we all come up hard and shit like that. And that's the father in me. That's the Lorenzo in me and shit like that. But then when I'm talking my shit, you know what it is. You know what I mean? That's the mob in me. Word, but that's one of the movies that kind of, for me and my son, is like a full circle moment and shit like that. You know what I mean? It was the best way to explain a lot of who I was before he got older enough to understand who I was.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Jim, Stack Bundles was an artist under you.
Right.
The world loved him. You and him look like Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan together. That's what I saw. That's what we saw.
that was my
Yo,
guy.
listen, the whole hood, right here, you see those belts? The whole hood, everybody, right? We wanted to be, you made the hood want to be rock stars, right? You and Stack. Brother, man, that shit hurt me. You knew him. Like how? Like, bro, like how could you ever show face again? Like, because me, I would have been heartbroken. I want to be under a rock. How did you have the energy to lift up and, you know what I mean, and still be around? Not saying that you were shunned from anybody, no. But like me personally, that's like that was like your brother. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Wow. And can we ever expect a series from him? For the people who don't know him, from beginning to end, who knows? Yes, no?
I'm gonna keep it funky, bro.
Yes,
I
sir.
do not like to talk about stuff
Okay, say no more.
because he's a very special person.
Yeah, I
to me.
already know.
And I don't really have conversations about him to nobody, and nobody can say they ever
Yes,
heard
sir.
me have a conversation about him since
Okay,
he's passed
respectfully.
away. But I can tell you this: he was probably one of the most talented kids that I ever came about, and I mean talented in the Drake type of way. I do believe that if he would to be here that he would be one of the biggest artists that we've seen, and I always felt like that. Like I had a group of extremely talented kids with me at that time, and you know, everything happens for a reason, and I don't question God. I had to dig in my faith a lot of times to not question him about a lot of things I've been through in life. But yeah, Stax was definitely one of the biggest blows to me because that was really my brother. Like that,
I seen it. I felt it.
He was really
Michael.
Really a reflection of me, and he's just a dope person, man.
Can I tell you something?
His energy falter. I never seen him without.
You remember this song, Refreshing? Cause y'all got a lot of shit together.
We got a lot of records.
You remember Refreshing?
I have to hear the records and shit like that. I don't know. I don't even know the names of my own records.
Nigga said, "Mama was always stressing."
Yes.
Yo, he said, "Mama's first one, Papa worst one." You know what I'm saying? Yo, what? Man, listen, yo, bro, yo, Jim, y'all was about to take
This
over
guy's
everything.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, look right here. This right here. Everybody had him waiting. The rock star, Jim. We love you. I just wanted to let you know. Not even on no groupie shit. I got a lot of friends that's family with you, but we appreciate you, bro. Man.
Thank you,
everything you bring to the culture, to the game, everything, bro.
Thank you, man.
You know what I mean?
Did this album Hustle's P.O. I mean, didn't this celebrate an anniversary?
Today, 18
right?
years.
Yeah.
18 years today.
Congratulations,
You know what I'm
I seen
Yeah.
that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck Google.
Some good times, man. That was the Ballin' album.
Yes, sir.
What was that? What? So 06, right?
Yep.
Yeah. No, I was in Rikers at that time, so I couldn't really enjoy that music the way I wanted. But that's always ballin'.
Yo, cuz you was getting a lot of guys with the girl. Like, you did it, Jimmy. I promise you, man. You the man, bro. I promise you, man. This is legendary right
It's
here.
crazy though. The craziest thing is to see how it feels like the aesthetic I created in fashion is even more prevalent now than it was back then. As I'm watching all the biggest rappers look like me when I was.
Yeah, I've been seeing that. I've been seeing that everywhere.
You know what I mean? It's like full circle, and I was like, if you that nigga, you gotta have that aesthetic, which you it feels like. Nigga, you ain't really lit if you ain't. You know what I mean? It's just watching, and it's dope though. It's definitely dope to see.
Yo,
You know
your
what I mean?
foot, this ever right here, your foot, size 22 on all necks.
Yeah.
You was not playing no games.
Straight error.
No games.
Great
Yo,
error.
I was with my man Gordo in the crib, you heard? Like this, all day. We had
I did
all the
a lot though,
mixtapes.
man. I did a lot.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
Man. But
This was just one.
the loyalty I have for my niggas, man. I go up against anybody for them, man. You know what I mean? And it's all part of the story, man. So it's a lot of things that I think my brother was right, man. I think I need to stop holding back and start telling people the story.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Sitting here, seeing you as a legend, it hurts me to know that you ain't fucking with, you know what I mean, you and your day ones is on, you know what I mean, different paths right now, you know what I mean?
But that's life, man.
Yeah, but I
That's
go
life.
through the same thing with my people, so.
That's life, man. I don't take it as everybody else take it. I just take it as life, man. You come to a point that everything separates. I feel like, you know what I mean? With no love lost and none of that, no malice.
Absolutely.
You know
All
what I mean?
respect, all love. You know I did the baseball show, right? I was doing the baseball show and shit. We had like 5 episodes, I guess.
But what we done can't be duplicated.
And never. I dare
And we
you.
made history together, you know what I mean? That's the most important part. You dig?
That's it.
There's millions of artists out there that could never say that or could never ever say they came nowhere near to what we've done in this industry.
Yo, you know
we
what's
bent this shit up badly, you heard?
You know what's
Period.
funny too? Like, when, like, you see how they always respect each other and everything, there be other people that they probably went through work, like, I don't know, they went through some shit, they be out here trashing each other. You
Because
don't
they-
hear that.
they
You don't hear
probably-
that from the
they-
feed
you know,
dam.
it's-
You don't hear that from the feed dam. I remember you in the
Maybe
video.
if I was broke.
Yeah, I love him. Yeah, if I was broke, I would have been, yo, fuck you. But I feel him. Jimmy doing good. Jimmy gonna hustle.
Maybe if I was down on my chips, it'd be a little bit different and shit like that.
Yeah, but now you still find ways to share your pain, like that funk just come to mind, that Flex interview. You know what I mean? I'm that type of person that put my shit on Front Street. You know
Yeah, that
what I'm
Flex
saying?
interview was
So,
the beginning of the realization of where we were really at in life. That was for me, you know what I mean?
Word.
You did?
Appreciate
What's your sign? No homo.
I'm a Cancer.
Do you find it
very
therapeutic
emotional.
letting that stuff?
Yeah,
off
yeah,
your
very
chest?
intellectual.
Kind of stuff like that. You feel like it helps
If I
you
don't
grow,
talk-
right?
If I don't talk about it, it's going to turn into resentment.
Yeah.
anger.
But you got to
Yo,
get
but
that
as a
off. It's very
Scorpio,
important
I'm
to
like
do
that.
Smoke.
Jimmy, you heard?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a Scorpio, I'm like that. If I don't talk about it, it's straight resentment 101, cuz.
I just start to build, it'll start to build.
And then it starts to build something, it becomes something too big that you can't control anymore. So that's
100%.
why you got to nip it in the
You
bud.
gotta say your piece. At least I know I said my piece. You heard?
Yeah.
I put it out there. What's up?
Got a whole Red Bull over here, cuz.
So what advice would you give to some young rapper coming up in the game right
Oh.
now? It's totally different time.
It's hard right now.
Bruh.
I can say this, man. Just try to stay true to yourself, man. I see in this industry, everybody is doing what everybody is doing, man. There's nobody that's standing out. I do believe that originality and creativity has always been the thing that people loved about the hip-hop culture and the hip-hop artists. I do believe the artists that lit out amongst all the artists that always seem to be the leaders of our generation and things like that. And yeah, it may seem cool to fit in, but you're just doing what everybody else is doing, and the object is to be on top of the game, and you can't do what everybody else is doing if you want to be on top of the game. You gotta set yourself as separate from the rest of the people, and that's me personally and shit like that. And I'm not taking nothing away from nobody. Not saying these kids ain't making shitloads of tons of money and shit like that. I'm just saying how I feel about the game, and that's how I always felt about myself. I made sure that I never looked like none of you niggas. I made sure that my style was always different from you niggas. I made sure we from Harlem, so we always talk different from you niggas. You know what I mean? So it was just I never wanted to look like be like anybody else. You dig? I mean, there were people that I admired, and I definitely took pieces and pages of different things that I admired coming up. But for the most part,
You put that shit together in your wave.
Well, he's an original one. You always kept that original. Get little
Harlem.
pieces of things that. And you grew up in Harlem?
Yeah, I grew up in Harlem. I grew up in the Bronx for
Where in the Bronx?
1801 Weeks Avenue.
Oh, that shit is painful out there.
Yeah, I grew up in Weeks Avenue in the 80s, and then
Shit.
I went to school in Harlem since like 82, so I always was in Harlem back and forth. I lived in the Bronx till about 88. You know?
I'm from Gun Hill, Decatur.
I used to live up in 237 in Furman, so I'm familiar with the Gun Hill.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell. I seen you in a white beater on Decatur in the studio in the Taliban joint back in the days, bro. Word, man. You a legendary motherfucker, son. You've been trapping forever.
That's the
unstoppable.
That's the difference. And a lot of that, I guess that's why I be so
My nigga, I was with
reluctant to
Kiani.
talk about shit, cause it's like I just don't. It's like, but cause I start talking about shit, niggas be like, oh, now this nigga's James Bond. Or
Nah.
You dig? Like it's like.
Yeah, I seen him with my own eye. Kiani, what's that dude's name that he got the gumbo? Brazzi. So listen, I had a little scuffle with Kiani back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Kiani was like 4'3". So I beat him, right?
Kiani
And look,
had heart,
he called Brazzi and them. They came. And when they saw me, bro, I was like fucking 4'11", 5'11". Look, I'm mad. I'm like 120, Jimmy. So Brazzi and them, they was fed up. They thought they was coming for a goon. So Kiani was like, he had to reach on me, fam. He had to reach on me, fam. It was crazy, man. But at the end of the day, we squashed. It was some bullshit. I bought a little Honda off him. I didn't pay him in time. You know what I mean? Shit like that. He was like, you trying to play me. That was my dude, though.
Everything for sale. He might have had toasters for sale.
Yo,
That
my
nigga
brother,
was
can I tell you
different.
something, Jimmy? Yo, he put me on to game and just the hustle. He bring me the 4/5 as a young nigga. I seen Redman leave the store right there from that 1 4th, 5th spot, he left with like 1,000 Phillies. Because they used to get weed in that little spot right there. Kiani put me onto game. I don't know if you remember Snap. Snap passed away, but he used to be with Kiani too. There was a lot of them. They was just, like you said, hustle, hustle, hustle. He was the first one with illegal cell phones, the Nokia joints. We was going bananas. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Just
What
for the
year? What
record.
year was this?
This was before the Taliban.
98.
Yeah, 99,
Wow.
my nigga, 2000.
98,
I didn't even.
Yeah, yo. So I was in a mix.
I didn't
'Cause
even get a cell phone.
always
I didn't get a
shaking.
cell
I was
phone till
always
like
doing-
02.
I
I
was
was just talking to somebody about cell phones the other day. I'm in high school, and my cell phone rang the whole school, the whole class.
looking at you like, wow, yeah, that was
It's
a
like
big
94.
thing. That was a big
wow,
thing. Yeah,
you-
that's a big 9-4. That's crazy.
I had the Motorola flip shit.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
different.
zip
That was
pocket and the
different.
jam sport.
That was
Yeah.
$10 a minute. He was
Let
in
Let
a
me tell
different
you,
ball game.
During that era, that's when I first started going out to Los Angeles doing movies, right? So LA's like a way different place. You know how it is. It's way different than being in New York. So I met some Mexican dude out there, and he was like the only person I could really relate to going out to, to LA. So he was from Mar Vista Gardens in Culver City, the projects. And that place was declared a war zone back then. They were killing people left and right. They were killing each other. So you talk about cell phones. They mentioned it in The Sopranos in one of the episodes, and I seen this shit firsthand. The Sopranos, they said the Mexicans in LA started it. You know, remember they used to clone the phones, or they used to get the numbers. He had a printout. My friend had a printout of all these phone numbers. They used to have this thing, they could scan the number off the phone. They were doing this. My father, he was old school Sicilian guy. He came out there because he had to be my chaperone. So you got my father walking around with an illegal phone. Bert had him hooked up with the phone, right? So the way it would happen is, we had the Motorola, the flip. He had the Mac Lite. Remember the Mac Lite? The Mac Lite was the good one. Bert had the Mac Lite. We had the Motorola. Boom, right? So he hooks up the thing. He had the whole printout with the numbers. He would hook the phone up into the thing. He would do his little laptop, whatever it is. The phone was hooked up, right? So now your phone is on somebody else's bill. It's somebody else's bill, but it's going simultaneously.
Bro, they had a building. I ain't even gonna say the building 'cause I don't know if they still get busy in Harlem. So it's a high school. They used to have the beepers, the cell phones, everything. You go in there, they turn your cell phone. First, you buy the cell phone for $200. Boom. Give you the flip phone. That's $30 a month to keep the cell phone on and shit like that. It's crazy to think it back, but $30 was not like no chump shit back then. Like,
no.
30 watt was a 30 watt. That was like the equivalent of this
$30
of this
crazy.
$300 niggas is
Yeah,
paying right
hell
now.
yeah.
Like
$30
30
was
watt was
$300 back in
crazy.
the day.
But word is
And that was a
about the
month?
cell. That was for a month, $30
So
a
if
month.
you would make a phone call, right?
Yeah.
Say if you want to use it, and the person whose phone number it actually is on the phone, it would go, not a busy signal, it would go, You press send, and it says redial. And then when that person gets off the phone, this phone rings, and your call was going through. I seen it.
You telling me this shit right now, and I never knew what that redial was. I think this was redialing, bro. But I didn't know. Now you telling me I got the phone, but it makes sense. Them niggas come out with the phone like, hey, you on for a month. So you telling me how these niggas was doing it? These niggas was getting real.
They mentioned it on The Sopranos.
That's
He said the
fucking
Mexicans in LA started it. And I'm like, of course they did. I didn't know if they started it, but I seen it with my own eyes. This is like 94.
So pretty much, right? Let me finish my fucking story. Luca felt bad for me because I was tiny, like I said. So he fake roughed me up and grabbed me by the neck. And he's like, yo, if I ever have to come out here again, I'm gonna whip your ass. So just do the right thing. I'm like, all right. Cause it's not like I was some tough guy on the block doing nothing. Like I said, me and Kiani was tight, like family. He got pissed at me though. I didn't keep my word. I'm young, full of cum, just got my permit. I'm fucking going crazy. So it was all up though. Luca, niggas was shook on him. You heard? Niggas was shook. Like, nah, you're dead, Mike. It's over. They turned me in. They turned me into Luca. Like the neighborhood turned me into the dude. Like it was over, kid. You're done. Luca felt bad. Once he saw me though, he was like, nah, this kid's tiny. You nuts. I want to meet him now, Luca, and talk about this story.
So what do you got going on? You want go ahead, ask me.
What's up with the one? You got a strand.
Yeah,
it's in
high tolerance. Shit.
My man be going crazy with your shit in Florida.
Yo,
We need some info on it.
Yo, Chris, go to the car. It's a bag in the back where I be sitting at, that's on the armrest. Bring that bag, got a bunch of smoke in it.
Yo, Jim, so where can they get the high tolerance joint?
All over the LA's and dispensaries and shit like that.
Okay.
I don't think it's hard for. I don't think it's hard.
It's not out here, right? You grow your shit in LA?
I don't. Listen, don't. Semantics and everything.
Okay,
but you definitely could find it out here in New York.
Okay, say no more.
Yeah, you definitely could get some good gas.
Yeah.
Out here in the bitty. You heard?
Man, what else is going on? What else should we look out for?
I just finished filming a movie called At the Church Steps, which is like activation to the 20th year anniversary. First album that I did and shit like that on my way to church. So I did a movie. Huh?
Did Identity of one of them do that movie? The last movie?
No, Identity wasn't part of the last movie. Will C and them shot the last movie and shit like that. But so I took a bunch of influences that people know from off the social media. I got them all in the movie. So it's a comedy, a drama, and a musical.
Did you produce it?
Did I produce it? I funded it, produced it.
Nice.
Yo, Jim,
directed
I'm on
it.
deck if you ever need anything. You heard? Even if you need somebody to sweep the floor.
Wardrobe did it. Craft services.
So you
transportation.
wore 50 different hats on this.
Everything. Cleanup crew.
Good, it's a good experience.
Yo, Jim, can I get some work in with you or what?
You heard?
Talk
You know
to
what? That's
DP.
what. But you know what it is. But when you
Yes.
But that kind of stuff is good. You need that kind of experience. Because, see, I started here. I didn't want to be an actor. They started me in Bronx Tales. So now it's like the work I didn't do before, I'm doing now. I'm wearing all the hats. But for some reason, I enjoy this aspect of it better. Because you're taking something from the ground up.
Fulfillment.
Yeah. It's just like, and for me, it feels like I feel more fulfilled. When I'm complete with something like this, it's like, yo, man, we had to do so much to make this happen. We were making sure everybody's there in the morning. We're making sure that you've got food. We're making sure the microphones work. We're making sure the guy's going to show up. Did his clothes come? You know?
Yes.
And it's like you got these big movies. They got somebody for everything. They got a guy who's doing the camera. They got somebody scratching his back.
They got an assistant for the assistant.
Right.
Everybody is covered.
Yeah, so it's like when I see that, it's like, how could you make a bad movie? First of all, you got $50 million budget, which is not even a lot of money by today's standards.
Make a lot of terrible movies, even with that type
Who
of
that?
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah, shit's garbage. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas is cocksuckers. Come out of the hood.
It's like
We got y'all.
It's just like it seems to me like they just came out of things to make movies about. Right? They're doing all remakes.
They're fucking out of ideas, but no lie, they
quality.
stealing right now off the internet and all the shit people are putting together. They stealing, so they coming. In the next 10 years, Hollywood is coming. They're gonna pack heat.
We definitely gotta talk
ESPN
about
is
that. I'm gonna
already
send you my
talking like the
screenplay.
influencers.
Nah, definitely.
Seriously, I'm telling you, it's the sequel without having to buy the rights. We could make a classic. I'll show you what people said about it. It's a real Terrell will tell you it's better than the Bronx Tale. Well, obviously, we're not gonna have De Niro and all that.
This cough medicine. This is the new shit.
You got nothing for seizures?
That'll help you out.
Okay, yeah, I'm epileptic.
That'll help you out.
Oh, this is beautiful. This smells beautiful. I live in Port St. Lucie, so this shit smell beautiful, motherfucker.
I'll take a look at the
Hold
smoke,
on.
but
Where's my solo? Hold on.
Well,
This shit smell beautiful. You heard, motherfucker? I promise.
that's
you.
what it's called, high tolerance?
Yeah, that's
All
the name,
day.
That's the name of the brand.
Yo, shouts to my man Whispers. Yo, my man Whispers in Port St. Lucie, man. I ain't even gonna say cheerleader because he ain't built like that. That's my man. He love you, bro. And yo, he's real cool with Dice. With Dice, you know what I'm saying? They real cool, so he supports everything. Whenever I see Dice post anything, my man Whispers is right there. Whether it's because they know each other personally, you know what I'm saying? So he love it. He love his nigga. And he's like, yo, Jim got him working, Jim got him working, Jim got him outside. I'm like, yo, Jim don't play that shit, my boy. Jim got a name already. Jim got a name already.
So I got to ask you, you know, Puffy's obviously a very hot topic right now. Is that something that you want to talk about?
No, man.
You don't want to talk
Yeah,
about
she got nothing to do with him.
God bless, bro, man.
Yeah, that's it.
You dig? I don't like to get into nobody's other business. I like to stay
Capo.
clear of that.
I respect that. You know, I gotta ask,
I
though.
can't say this, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna say nothing. You dig? But
Yeah, no, I
you dig?
respect it, but I had to ask. That's all. You know.
Yo, for
This
me.
game was built on a lot of the things that he brings to
Yeah,
the table.
absolutely. No matter what he did on his personal
I will
time.
say that there are so many people that benefited from him putting food on the table for them to eat.
Have you seen people that's
and I'm not-
trashing him?
and-
That's
I mean,
that
I don't want to
benefited?
get into none of that because
Okay.
you did.
Yeah,
We all see what happened. God bless the whole situation. God bless anybody that was affected from the situation.
Yeah.
I do not know the in and outs and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the actual culture and the
Can I
game
ask you a question?
of the music
Away
that
from them?
I've seen for the past since I've been a teenager. Shit like
Yeah.
that. I'm not getting into any of that other shit. God bless everybody.
Can I ask you a question? That has nothing to do with that. That crazy bitch, Jaguar, right? You ever met her?
No.
That bitch be going off. She be going off,
No,
man.
I don't. Yeah,
She be going off, yo. I'm like,
yeah, I
God
don't-
damn,
I
man.
don't. It's hard to have an opinion out here nowadays.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's not like
Yeah,
it's not like it
absolutely.
used to be and shit like that. You kind of get shunned. They wanna
Yeah.
blackball you. They
Yeah.
wanna
No,
cancel
there is no
you.
more freedom of
They
speech.
They wanna.
shit is
It's not a
one of
free
these
country, you know,
things,
it's nothing.
If you go against what is considered to be the norm or people's popular opinion and things like that, you know what I mean? And, I'm one of the few that always seem to so I'm just like, I know what, I'm not. I got my own things to worry.
Yeah, you had your own
I got
problems.
my own problems to
Fuck
worry
outta
about.
here.
I think God bless everybody.
Absolutely.
And things like that,
You
know what I
didn't. You didn't vote.
mean? Shout out to the president and shit like that. You know what I mean? You dig? Whoever the president is right now, God bless you.
Whoever.
It's still Biden, isn't
I
it?
just hope
still
that
Biden.
whoever the president is, we get to make some more money. You know
That's
what I mean?
it.
And protect our country. You dig? And
Yeah, that's it. You
straighten
know,
up what you could straighten up while you can't straighten
Absolutely.
it up. You know what I mean?
You got-
Fuck the lies. I
what
was
happens,
straightening shit
happen.
up.
Yeah, I was
You know,
watching it.
let's
It
just hope the next 4 years is great.
It tickles me to see how our presidential elections and campaigns are run in today's
Yeah, that shit is
society.
weird. Weird.
It was like the WWF.
Weird.
It was
When I
like
was
wrestling.
a kid, that shit was private.
Yeah,
Who'd you vote for?
It's more about popularity
WWF.
than it is strategy.
Politics.
And I believe that this country was built on strategy throughout the years of all our presidents that came before us and things like that. They were hell bent on strategies for war. They were hell bent on different things that we don't see as
Shit
much
change.
as we used to and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, so, but I don't want to talk about politics either.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm
People
with you,
start
man.
talking
Well, let's just
crazy about
Let's just hope for the best for the
Yes,
next
hope
4
for the
years.
best, like you said, Jim.
That's it.
We hope for the best. God bless you.
Congratulate the, Donald
So,
Trump.
any-
You're in.
my
Congratulations.
life- in
Let's
my
hope for the
life
best.
of being here,
Yeah. She's always been the same.
I've never felt a change from the new presidents that got into office.
Exactly.
I don't think it reached down this low shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But, and motherfuckers been wilding on Twitter. Like, look, I'm like, yo, I've been here 41 years. It's been the same. What's wrong with y'all?
I do know this, that it feels like people are depending on one person to change everybody's
Exactly.
situation when it should not be so. You should be worried about to change your own situation
Right.
and do as much as you can to better yourself
That's
in the
what
midst of this madness that
Right.
they're putting us in.
Yes.
You can't
Yes.
control any of that. All you can control
It
is
seems like
yourself.
people trying to find a scapegoat out of
Yeah,
some shit that
yeah,
they can't
yeah,
escape
yeah,
from.
yeah.
You heard? I don't care who you're putting it on. The only one that
Yeah.
can save us from what we're going through is God Almighty, and it ain't Judgment Day yet. You know what I mean? So until that happen, I think people should get up off their ass and do what they
and
need
get
to
your
do
money.
to
Get
make
your money
a
up.
dollar. 9 to 5's been here
That's
since
it.
forever. It's never going to change. Go to work. You heard? You don't want the job? Don't do the job. You heard? But there's a lot of ways for us to get to a bag. I think y'all need to worry about that and worry about taking care of your family than worrying about who the next
Yeah,
president
exactly.
is and what's going to happen about
Absolutely.
some shit that you really can't help change.
Yeah, you can't control it.
Yo, no bullshit.
You control. The only thing you
I
can't
made a
control is
video
you.
today.
I can control me. That's the only
I
thing
made
you
a
should be
video
worried
today
about.
on
If
Twitter.
people come together and support
That's
each
it.
other more, I
Yeah.
think you'll
We'll
change
come out
more your
winning.
circumstance
Yeah.
than the president will.
Yup. I told Twitter,
Right,
I'm like,
we're
yo,
too
y'all-
divided right
y'all-
now. You're
I'm
right.
like, yo,
if
y'all
everybody
here
comes
wildin'.
together and unless there's
little
that
bit.
division, you're right.
A little bit.
Us coming together will help us more
One
than
neighborhood
they
comes
will
together,
help us.
If one neighborhood could come together, trust me, there'll be tremendous change in that neighborhood. That had nothing to do with the government. You heard?
Won't have to touch the government. Won't have to talk to them from on
Yo,
your own.
like what the
And-
homie said,
and
fuck
it's-
politics,
and
I
it's
politic
and it's
myself.
and it's so crazy when you politic yourself and better your situation. Then they want to
gotta
come.
come to you.
Then they want to come and
They gotta come to you because you the people.
They don't like to see organization.
Yeah, exactly.
You heard?
Word.
No, you know why? Because when they see organization,
Yeah,
they
you got
lose
power.
control.
Yeah, you got power.
They have less control.
They don't want to lose control,
That's
my
it.
brother.
That's why I don't like talking.
Yeah.
not talking.
Yo, edit that, Iggy. Edit that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, bro. Cuz. Fuck out of here.
The thing you was doing with the influencers.
Yeah, the IFC, the influencer club. Shouts
Yo, brother, listen.
Shouts to all
I'm
my
looking for a
members in my
job. I'm
community.
outside. I work. I'm humble.
So do you know what the IFC is?
I
Are you familiar? Well, you back.
I've been in Florida for 3 fucking years.
You back now. So I'm gonna put you on the game.
But I've been seeing you killing them out there.
I'm gonna do one last event in December, which will be
In the Bronx?
No, we're gonna do it at a nice spot. We're gonna do a black tie event. Have everybody come get dressed up.
Okay.
A little swag race.
Yo, Steve!
For the end of the year.
I need a
but
suit.
The IFC is called the Influencer Club. The Influencer Club is it's a multifaceted platform that I'm building, built on the backs of all these great influencers that are out here in that social media space, which have the power to market any brand that needs some promo and shit like that. And just think about how powerful they was, and I decided to put them all in one room. Didn't have an agenda or nothing, but I was like, man, I want to see what happens if I put all these kids with so much power in one room, because I don't think they understand how powerful they are inside of the social media space. And what I can see is we watch our phone more than we watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
These kids know who's on the phone way more than they know the actors on television and shit like that. So it's like, man, I got them together. I did an agenda and figured out like, oh, this is way bigger than what I thought it could be. These kids really understand what they have, so I need to kind of put it together in a way that it makes beneficial for them and the platform that we building.
I'm on deck.
So we're going on the 5th event. At these events, we do a few things. The first hour, mixing. No artist zone, and not to say it like that, I got plenty of friends that are artists and things like that, but artists are always catered to. So this is an all influencer, content maker. Anybody got motion.
What's the date?
I didn't get the December date yet, but it's definitely going down. I'm doing a dinner next week to actually introduce the first round of members for the whole IFC.
Yo, listen, I've been deleted 47 times, but I still got the flow. You know what I mean? I'm from the original algorithm.
So imagine this. This is the power that we have. You got deleted 47 times. So imagine you got deleted, right?
Yeah.
And then we was just at an event, or what we do. The last event we had 150 million followers in the spot.
God damn.
Wow.
So you get deleted, be like, yo, he need a new page. Everybody bust him right now.
No, but I'm back. I've been busting my
What I'm
gun.
trying to tell you
no,
is
absolutely.
the power of the room.
Yeah.
Tell everybody bust you right now.
Yeah.
That's 150 million people.
Yo, I could get another 100,000 fucking with you in that event.
No, but that's what it's there for everybody to build, and most of these kids never even been in the same room with each other before. All they seen is each other on the social media and shit like that. So I got proof of concept. You know what I mean? It's very strong.
Is there any way we can get involved to help out?
100%. Like that's what it's there for. It's there for people like you that's bringing more to the table, because it don't stop. There's influencers in every lane of life.
Yeah, there is.
You know what I mean?
There is.
It's not as simple as me wanting the comedians and all the pipes.
Yeah. We do a little bit of everything.
There's financial lanes. There's a lot of lanes that bring money to the table that we can eat off of under the IFC umbrella and shit like that. And one of the main things is that I learned is that when I was in the first one, I asked these kids how many of y'all get paid off of monetization. And out of a room of like 150 people, only like 3 people raised their hand.
I get paid.
Cool. You one of the few.
I make $5,000 off. I make $5,000 on TikTok.
You see how you do that? But this is why we need you in those rooms, because the other kids that didn't raise their hand, need to learn this, because they getting their money. People are paying them through the PayPal and all that for the promo and all that, but they not getting that money.
That shit is trash.
And this is what we're building this for. So now 150 people learn about monetization. How much more money are we bringing to the table?
Yes,
you heard?
I'm about that monetization.
That's a whole nother business that we build on side of that.
Yes.
And then we have a plethora of the top influencers that we can offer these brands to build marketing strategies for, and they can pick who they want. Ray, all that. I want them to do in all of that fashion. So this is what it represents. This is a currency-free event. Like I tell them, there's no currency needed here. If you're here, you are the currency. It's an RSVP event. I get like 3,000 RSVPs. We break it down to like.
Yeah, we in it. Yo, y'all gotta grab his info.
So it's
because I
basically
don't
one
want to
big
stalk him.
event. It's for everybody
we
to
need to be
network and become stronger
Steve.
and better through numbers.
And then we also do activations in it. Like we got the podcast that we've been shooting. So once we get up to like the 8th event, then I have a whole season, and we start putting out the actual content and shows that we been stockpiling for the first 8 season. And then there's shows within the madness. So there's a lot goes on within that as far as letting people bring their creative self to the forefront and shit like that, because all these kids have their own motion. It's like a TV channel. When you go look at their Instagram page, you scrolling down, you keep scrolling down, more funny shit, more funny shit, more funny shit. So it's like now we building.
And I'm on some other shit. Yo, Instagram, I'm on some whole other shit. YouTube, yo, TikTok, you can make 5 bands a week, easy.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you.
But you gotta have it. You gotta have it in you. Me, I go bananas.
But this is.
There be times I leave a session, Jimmy, and I'm 800. Like I do a session on live on TikTok, 4 hours, 800, and I'm in a crib in Florida with nothing, gators around me, nothing. But I'm like, yo, I'm from the Bronx. I love money. What the fuck is? Cause like I'm living. Every money I get is for my rent, right? And I wasn't using a TikTok yet. So I'm like, yo, let me get on the TikTok. Instagram banned me. I barely make money with them. The only way I make money with TikTok is if somebody wants to repost, if somebody wants to book me for a party. So listen, I go on TikTok. I'm like, yo, fuck it, let me go live. The first week, I made 1,100 because I started in the late. I started late in the week. But the thing is, TikTok, they got an algorithm when you go live. Instagram don't got that. Once you go live, only your followers can see you. So TikTok, you on the algorithm. Bro, there were so many people on there. Loopy, you look thick again. Wow, you look so healthy.
Pause. Hey, yo.
Yeah. Pause. My fault.
Crazy.
No, Jimmy. You know what it is, Jimmy? I was skinny. My fault. I apologize. So they was like, yo, you look healthy. You look healthy, Loopy. Yo, Jimmy. The 2 weeks I was on TikTok, I accumulated 5,000 followers. And then when I really found out the way the payroll works, I made 5,500 in 1 week. And I'm in the crib, Jimmy. I'm in the crib. And I'm not, like, I'll battle a little bit, because motherfuckers be battling, like where their followers give them gifts and the score goes up. So you battling another motherfucker and their followers are giving them gifts and their score goes up. I did that. I was killing them, bro. Because they was like, yo, this is the first guy. This is the original guy. Loopy is the original viral king. Loopy, you on TikTok now. They were going crazy. So I accumulated wild followers. I already had 30K, but I didn't use the account. And then the second week I made that 5,500. I said, yo, TikTok is a scam. People are losing it. TikTok reminds me of a bunch of people who got a rap demo and they upload their demo. Bro, it's 1,070,000 people uploading their demo. You're done. Me, I got a name already. So, and like, even 30,000 views for me is horrible. I'm from a different era. I was the guy. I got caught up, whatever. But even that, even like some people make money on Instagram. I don't know how it works because they always block me. They always shadow ban me because I curse. Bro, TikTok, I be on live, Jimmy. I don't even got to upload videos, bro, because I got to pass. People know me already. I put in work from 2008. I was on Twitter when no regular humans was on there. I was on Twitter when it was only regular badges of famous people, you feel me? So I put in work. That's why I'm from the 2008, 2007 YouTube Twitter era. I've been a savage. Ebro and them was rocking with me. Everybody. Angela is my family. That's why Ebro was a little mad at me. You know what I mean? But that's a story for another day. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? But TikTok is where the money's at. You can sit at home and me, I was doing a couple of hours on TikTok and I made 55. Imagine if you really, like, look, I've been here for 6 weeks. I haven't gone live yet. I went today. I made $100 the first 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was saying, yo, where you at, my boy? I was going crazy. Ride them cowboy. I was going crazy on that shit. Because they give me a cowboy hat with a beard. So I'm like, ride them cowboy. I'm going crazy on that shit. And when I ended the live, $100. You know what I'm saying? $100. Bro, you're good. TikTok's where it's at. People just gotta keep working the internet. Even if you're sick of the comments you get on Instagram, the hate comments, keep working it. Use that shit as promo. All those platforms, use them as promo. Don't get involved with them emotionally where you care about every comment. It's all about the content. You keep coming, they'll keep going.
Hey, yo.
I knew a Russian bitch, right? I knew a Russian bitch. They'll keep coming. My fault.
It's nuts, right? It's crazy.
Killer, Jimmy, my bad. Yo, listen, I knew a Russian bitch, right? Bro, she was not a comedian, right? She wasn't funny. You know what? She kept going. Right now, that bitch is lit. 10 million followers. Nigga, she farts, they pay her. She's fucking lit, dog. The thing is, don't get discouraged, like Jimmy was saying. Stay hungry and do what you do. Somebody's gonna be in your lane. They're gonna fuck with you. My fault, I got excited.
Well, that's the power of not giving up. Eventually, something's gonna happen, right?
Something's gonna break.
Something's gonna break.
Yo, I need a water, I'm about to die.
Work with that, you was just, when you left them, like, damn, I got to work with so-and-so, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Thank you.
anybody ever struck you that way?
Nah, most of the niggas that I met when I was coming up kind of disappointed me. Yeah.
You want to name something? You want to tell us who? Or?
Nah, I'm just saying, you know, what's the name of your movie?
What?
What was it? You said the name of your movie was?
Oh, Never Meet Your Hero. Yeah. Well, that's why. Yes, you're right. Because you know, like you never meet your heroes because they always disappoint you. So you're talking about some of the big weights, right? Yeah. Well, that's usually the way it goes. You know, I gotta say though, Robert De Niro was always my idol, but he didn't really let me down. He don't speak as much.
There's a few that didn't let me down, but for the most part.
Yeah.
And then there's like just meeting them as a man. Like I didn't have this though.
So name somebody that you really did love.
Wyclef is the most incredible artist I ever got to work with in the studio.
You mean talent-wise?
Wyclef is different.
And he's extremely smart. Like, I mean, on a whole nother genius level. But just his vibe is different. They did 5 records with him in one night. Like, shouts to Wyclef, man. Like that. You asked me that was the epitome.
You ever work with Missy?
Nah, I never got to work with Missy. Missy was like right before I really got in the game and was bubbling and shit like that. You know what I mean? Missy's incredible artist too and shit like that. I watched her do some incredible shit. Her, Timberland, and all of them when they was moving the needle and shit like that. They had a great time in this hip hop history.
They was going bananas.
Super bananas.
Was there somebody that you didn't work with that you would have loved to have worked with?
Pac?
Yeah. Okay.
Pac?
Pac.
Air lights.
Yeah, I fuck with Pac, man. Pac had did something for me when I was younger, man. He definitely fueled me to do a lot of different things and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like you said, hip hop was our fathers. Like this felt like that was like one of the moments for me. Like I definitely had a hold on me.
How about Big?
Big was from the city, so you know everything he was talking about felt like instructions to the city, like just a New York, just a super New York nigga and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it, but Pac did something really different from me. I mean, I was a rebellious kid and shit like that. I was
Who's Puerto Rican, Jimmy? Your mom's or your pops?
my pops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hence the last name Guillermo, right?
Yeah. Well, that's my middle name.
Oh, okay.
My middle name is Guillermo.
Hey, yo, Jim Jones is Boricua, you heard?
Yeah. My last name used to be Figueroa. Guillermo Figueroa. But my
That's
mom's changed
crazy.
it. Yeah.
And your mom's is black?
Yeah, my mom's
That's
from
fire.
she's
Your
from
pops
Caribbean.
knew what's up.
Yeah, my mom's from the Caribbean.
Them ebony ladies the best, man.
You said it felt like Big was giving instructions to the city. Mm-hmm. So I mean,
DKNYO, my.
Well, he wrote the song 10 Crack Commandments. That was,
like-
instructions on how to sell crack
was
and
you
what
with,
to...
was you with this shit, or did you feel?
Well, As far as New York concerned, like we was talking about this, but as far as New York and the music in New York, Big hands down was that nigga. He was the nigga that set it off for everybody else that came after him. You know what I mean? He was lit before Jay was lit. Like Big was
Literally.
really that dude. Like he was putting on. Like you know what I mean? And we didn't get to see what else he would have did. And then Jay grabbed the torch and went wildfire. But Big was. Nigga, Big was him in New York.
Yeah, Big was
Do you
that
think
guy.
Jay? Do you think Jay?
Of course he did.
Do you think Jay-Z could have amounted to what he amounted to had Biggie never got killed?
I doubt it.
I won't say I doubt it. I never doubt anything, but I can't say. I can't say. Big would have been a very big individual, and he takes up a lot of space.
Literally.
He was already taking up all the space.
Yeah, but I got to say though,
You know what I mean? I can't say
but
that.
Jay-Z has a great business acumen. He's got a great business.
We're not taking nothing away
Yeah,
from
no,
Yeah.
no,
you
no.
dig? You just telling me that if Big was still here, I'm saying Big consumed a lot of space and he was taking up
Big
all
was
the
different,
space
yo.
at that time.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nigga, think about where Big left off, bro.
Yo, Big was,
Yeah.
Big was
You heard? That nigga was larger than life. You did?
Fuck
Like,
off the New York
Big,
Knicks.
Little C's, Junior Mafia, Little Kim, like they had for New York, they was our superheroes. Like
Charlie
they went
Baltimore.
They were going up against everybody in the whole world. It was because I mean like. Yeah, like
because the Pac was going against the world.
That's what I'm saying. Why you think they took that shit so serious though?
like-
Big was not playing. Big was like a black mafia man. He was like a boss. Big was different.
Big had our heart.
Yo,
That's fucked
Big
up
was
in
a
New York.
black mafia man, bro. Big was different. That was my guy, and I'm young. And I'm listening to the 10 Crack Man. Yo, what?
But you know, the
What?
Pac went to LA. The whole gang culture that you already know what my whole situation is. So there was a lot of that going on too for me with it. You know what I mean? But Big when it came to the city styling and talking to the bitches and all that type of shit like that was the 10 Crack Commandments like you said. That was
that shit was
that was
different.
the blueprint. He was
That
teaching
shit
niggas
was
how to
different.
get fresh Coogee sweaters, Versace shirts.
Motherfucker was fucking a
DKNY,
bitch from the
Gator
player phone to the New York
yo,
Knicks.
He was talking about all that shit inside of his records. bro.
Yeah, Biggie was
He
different.
was putting niggas onto game. What's your name? What's your size? You heard? Like he was showing niggas how to rap the girls. Like you heard? Like Big was different.
Big was different.
That's what Big L.
Yeah, I knew L. Knew L coming out. I was Cam partner. Him and Cam was real close and shit like that. I'm from downtown. Cam and them was from up in 40th and shit like that. But Big L was a different.
When you say downtown, like what do you consider downtown?
Harlem is cut up in 4 sections.
Yeah.
Downtown, uptown, east side, west side.
Okay.
Yeah, east side, west side.
Yeah.
East side is 5th Avenue, that's the border. 5th to the 12th Avenue is the west side. Downtown stops at 125th, 110th to 125th Street. Uptown is after 125th Street. Well, that's how we break it up. Where we from? You know what I mean?
You went to school,
I'm a
kid?
downtown nigga. Huh?
You went to school, kid?
No, I didn't go with Cam.
Yeah.
No, I went to Cardinal Hayes. Cam and then went to Manhattan Center.
Oh, Cardinal Hayes, the Bronx.
Yeah, I went to
in
Cardinal
the
Hayes.
I went
and
to Mount St. Michael.
Went to Mount St. Michael.
Yeah, I
I
went
got
to
kicked
Mount.
out. and
So
then-
you went to private school? Your mom was
all
getting
my life.
money.
I went to Catholic school.
Your mom was getting money
All my
then.
life. I mean, my mom's was outside. My grandmother was a hard-working lady.
Okay,
that
okay.
Felt she needed to give me the best education option that she could. and shit
Respect,
like
respect
that.
the grandma.
And that's what she did and shit like that. Make sure that we was good and shit
Yeah.
like that. You dig? But besides her being able to afford Catholic school, I didn't have no extras. You heard? All the extras
Yeah.
I had to go out and get on my own.
You was outside.
Yeah, but it's that struggle. It's that struggle.
You
know,
was outside.
Arnold Schwarzenegger said it. It's the
Yeah.
kids that struggle that have what it takes to be the best in the world. You know, you got these other kids that grow up comfortable. So they're going to produce a good kid and a very well-adjusted adult,
You was
but not to
outside.
have that passion.
I was outside. I took every opportunity I could to make
Yeah,
a
you
dollar
was
because
outside.
I know niggas wasn't my family didn't have it to give me and shit like that. So any little thing, like I was a hustler. I tell people all the time, I didn't just sell drugs. Like I sold everything. Anything that got me $1. I had a little bit more pride than a Mexican would, not to say it like that. When I say that, Mexicans do any job that need to get the money and shit like that. I was almost like a Mexican when I was coming up because I was a hustling motherfucker. You heard?
Oh, that's my nature.
That's what I'm saying. Because Kiani never sold
sneaker
drugs.
cleaning companies.
Yeah.
I sold cookies and candies in school.
Oh, you know what I used to do?
sold drugs. I sold everything. It didn't matter what it is. If I
You know
could
what I
sell
used to
it,
do in Mount St. Michael? I used to rent ties. Because people used to forget their ties. They used to have to go to detention. Well, I'm like, I used to have a bag full of ties, and I used to rent the ties. And we used to sit and I said, well, this looks a little better. You know what? Go with this one. It brings out the jacket a little more. Bro, I was dressing people up.
100%. You definitely go to detention if you ain't had a tie.
Yeah, so listen, I got the tie. You got to give me $1. I'll give you the tie for $1 a day.
You know, my uncle used to work in the Red Cross, so he used to bring his boxes of the Hydrox fake Oreo cookies, and you know niggas be starving in school. I clear a whole box, make about $500 a week, me and Zeke every week off boxes of cookies, 50 cent a pack. You heard that shit? That shit add up quick. I wasn't no chump in school. We gonna sell everything, and then we got out of school. We was selling what they had outside, nigga. Whatever it was, nigga. I just had the spirit of a hustler. I always knew I had to make $1 because I wasn't gonna get no money, and I wanted to have all the shit that all the other niggas was getting. You heard? I didn't want to be exposed in that manner to make people feel like we didn't have it in my family and shit like that. I had high pride when I was younger because I knew what my family went through. I knew what I went through. I watched this shit. You dig? And I seen shit change from the '80s to the '90s, and that's scary for a kid to really be that aware at that young of an age to watch how the world is changing from the 80s to the 90s and know you didn't want to be a reflection of what people might have known about your family and shit like that. So I hid a lot of that shit by being outside and being as bad as I could. You heard?
Yeah.
Don't play with me.
Yeah.
You did? Was not where I wanted to be. I knew that I could go somewhere different. I always knew that. You dig? And once I figured out, I seen an opening for me to get there. I said, all right, I got it. I got to stick with this opening until I get enough room to do it on my own.
Yo, Jim. So, when you was in the Bronx, did you ever kick it out there, or you was on some I got family in Harlem. I'm going to Harlem.
No, bro. When I was in the Bronx, I might have moved from the Bronx totally maybe when I was like 8th grade.
Okay. So before that, you was in Harlem?
I went to school in Harlem since like '82.
Okay.
I grew up on Weeks Avenue. I grew up on Weeks Avenue. You know anything about Weeks Avenue?
Yeah.
Weeks Avenue was the drug den for cocaine before Washington Heights was. That was before all that happened. You needed coke in New York City. 9 times out of 10, you came to Weeks Avenue, and we was outside in the thick of it. My uncles and them was selling crack right outside the church in front of my building and shit like that, outside the church, you heard? And the pastor was aware of it. Like, this is a different era and shit like that. Like, I grew up in the midst of a lot of different things, and it's different for me because I was a child well aware of what I was watching, as opposed to grew up in the era could talk about the experiences because they were older. But nobody know the experiences of a kid watching all the shit and chasing and shit. You don't know what it feels like to chase your moms when somebody is outside, quote unquote, going on missions. You don't know. Niggas couldn't understand what it is to sleep in crack houses for the night as a child and shit like that, and there's nothing wrong with it. You heard? It's not. I'm not saying this like I would like. We were in the times.
Yeah.
You heard?
Literally. Wow.
People looking from the outside might feel sad for you or bad for you. Like that's crazy, but
nigga,
when
those were the times.
That shit don't feel like nothing.
Yeah, no, it don't. It's just
You heard?
regular.
Those were the
That shit
times.
regular.
Those were the times.
Yeah.
You did?
My mother came from the same, you know what I'm saying? I lost my mother to addiction and all that, you know what I'm saying? From the block, same story. So I know what you mean. Like, we came from
similar backgrounds. You dig? There's different places. I know how it be and shit like that.
You think that shit makes you stronger
100%.
to this day? Like you want
100%.
better? The way you say you kicked it with your son watching a movie?
100%.
You know what I mean? Absolutely.
That give me the fuel to do a lot of great things.
Hell yeah.
Is the things that I see. I know what it can be when you don't have nothing.
Yeah.
You heard? I know what it looks like.
You've been
I know what
there.
it feels like. I know what you did. Like, and not to saying that we were a victim of it, but people chasing their vices in my family, I got to be a witness of everything. You understand what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
In the midst of a good
1000%.
house, in the midst of a great household. 'Cause my grandmother was a hard-working lady, you dig? But everything else, like, that's, we ain't gonna talk about that. Like,
No,
absolutely. I'm really from a bizarre era in the 80s. The thick of the
80s were
crack
crazy.
New York City. New
I
York
tell these
City.
kids today, they
New
would
York
never.
City.
These kids today would never make it in that era.
I'm not
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about the
yeah,
crack
yeah.
era. I'm talking about the base
Yeah,
era.
yeah.
Before it was crack bottles when they came
Yeah.
out. Vanilla bags, little
Yeah.
short vanilla bags that used to fold up.
Yeah.
You heard? After it was, before it got into, when them bottles hit, bro, there was so many bottles outside on our block.
There
I grew up
was.
on Weeks Avenue, and literally every apartment had coke or crack for sale. I'm not joking. With
No, 1,000%.
half
though.
the block was burnt down, and half the block buildings, every apartment in there was coke or crack for sale. Different bottle tops, colored different bottles. I mean, so many crack vials that me and my friends used to collect the crack vials and act like we were selling drugs. I would have yellow tops, he would have red tops. he
Yeah.
would have but that's how many bottles were outside when we went around playing as kids.
Was this
Yo, on guard.
You and Cam Mason was running together at one
Nah,
time.
they didn't experience what I experienced. I don't know what the experiences was when you did. I met Cam when I was 14.
This is before that.
When he moved to 1199, and that's when I was moved to Harlem, and my aunt lived in 1199 because I always used to go to elementary school. That's when I used to go to elementary. That's how I met Cam. I met Cam when I was like 14, and Cam came over there because he moved with his grandmother from a treacherous block called Hump 40th that he used to live at, and they moved him to that side because 1199 was like the high rises of Harlem at that time. It was like the co-ops, and they thought that we were rich kids and shit like that.
That's the shit from the video when you had the long hair?
I don't
Let me know.
Nah, that's my projects. That's
Okay.
Foster. That's the First Blood projects in New York
Yo,
City.
that's, yeah.
It's a whole different energy. You know?
Yeah. That shit look gritty.
Yeah, that was-
You heard?
that's a
You
whole-
had the long hair though.
That was the first commercialized picture people seen from the Bloods on the East Coast. Was inside of that Let Me Know video.
Yeah.
That was the original hot set. You heard?
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I was in
he set it up. They was on a little
I was in
bench,
Rikers. I didn't even
They're
know
like,
there
yo,
was Bloods
come on,
and Crips in New
shot.
York. They were talking about Bloods and Crips, and I was like, really? I said, I thought that was only in the
Let
movie.
me know.
Yeah.
If you was in Rikers, then you had to see it
1,000%.
firsthand start to be born around.
No,
that
I
time.
seen the roll call and everything. Peace, almighty, peace, blood. I be. Who the fuck you be? I be. I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm trying to jerk off. I'm trying to jerk off to go to sleep. And these guys are starting to roll call. It's a boom, boom. And then they
Back to back, Lottie,
Yeah,
you heard?
yeah, do my homies in 5 South want to know why the fuck I banged and why the
Jesus.
fuck you banged? They go crazy. They start kicking the door.
No, that shit Jesus.
Billy, get him.
They got me outside. They got me in the yard, right? So I told this another, but first of all, I didn't even know it was Bloods or Crips, right? So now I'm in OBCC in the box
OBC
in
slash.
Rikers Island, right? So now, when you go to the box, they walk. The COs walk fast. So I told one of the guys, I said, how come I keep missing y'all? He said, you got to be on your gate, right? So now I'm on it. So they see me, they open the slot, so now they know I'm coming. You go to a 5-point, there's a 5-point search thing, right? You got 20 fucking different places they search you. But when you go out in the yard, everybody still got blunts. So I was like, what the fuck was everybody getting searched for? These guys got lighters, they got blunts, everything's smoking, right? So now we're in the little 5-point and, growing up with Italian kids, everything is cuz, what's up, cuz? So I didn't know that was like the worst fucking thing in the world you could say in the presence of Bloods. So I said to the guys, like, yo, yo, cuz. And, you could hear a pin drop. Everything got silent, right? So I'm like, what the fuck did I do, right? I'm like, and he said, what the fuck you said? I didn't know what the hell happened. But there was there was these 2 brothers, right? They were Puerto Rican Bloods. They were called the Twin Beanos. They were both in the same house. He picked up on what was going on because they thought I was just being disrespectful by saying cuz. So the Puerto Rican kid was like, no. He was like, no. He was like, he's Italian, and then they called each other cuz.
Yo, bro, life is so crazy. The 6 degrees of separation is crazy. You talking about shit and niggas that I like you think like it's a small word. It's just like, yo, wow, this is crazy. The way you just said the roll call is wild. Like,
Yeah.
this is like, yo, oh man, like, yo, man, God bless you, man.
Yeah, Stone Brim,
Anybody
AKA
that watches
20
this,
AKAs, right?
They're gonna know you mean it. And you said, what year was this?
06, I was in the box in March, and then when I went back in June, and then I was there for 4 months for a dirty urine at the end of the year.
Yeah, you was in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was outside. He did a college stretch.
06?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
was in
To the
it.
trenches.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Bloods, let me tell
Cologne
you.
though.
No, the Bloods in Rikers Island. The Bloods in Rikers
We could go
Island.
to YouTube right now and pull up Jim Jones of 06.
Savage.
Yeah,
Yo, your music, your music
Yo.
was,
He said he was locked up in 06, and I'm like, you pull up me in 06, nigga.
Savage.
no, your songs were everywhere.
Yo, we
That
need a
was the
computer,
era.
y'all. We
But
need
I
a
was
computer.
inside there, you know what I mean?
Word.
I was inside there, but that was like,
Yo, bro, I was really.
who?
We were really pushing shit
Outside.
around outside, like pushing shit around, like
For your
clubs,
man- for your man
everything,
heavy,
like
you know what I'm saying?
pushing shit around, bro. Like I'm talking about pushing shit around to the point I got banned from every venue in New York City.
Yup, facts.
Mayor's ordinance. This is
Facts.
how bad I was pushing
Yo,
the
I'm-
line.
Yo,
when I was
Jimmy,
outside.
Jimmy
when I-
was
when
a
I be
terror.
When I be looking at people and like so, and it's right. A lot of people don't know this history because we so far in the future from where we started. But bro,
Yeah.
I would say in the ignorant world, I gave a lot of niggas a run for their money. You heard? In the
1000%.
history and time of niggas they called gangsters. From whoever you wanted to name a gangster. You heard? Not and I'm not, you heard? Like, God bless me to still be here. You heard? Like, we all had that time to shine. You heard? There was a mob before the mob and there was a mob after the mob. You heard?
At any given time, wherever this dude was getting in, where
Bro, we had a great
To be honest,
in New York City, I can't say I had a great time.
to be
coming up.
honest,
You heard?
when Jim,
Yeah.
When
when
I
you
get to do a movie, this movie would be like the equivalent of Goodfellas. You heard?
yeah.
Like that in our world.
yeah,
With the entertainment business and the $1 million already mixed in it. You heard?
it's time.
Like real, like I seen a lot.
Yo, Jim, can I tell you something? I
This
think
game is wicked, bro.
I think you're being too nice. I think you're being too nice.
I be nervous, bro.
I think you're being too nice. No, listen.
If you've been here as long as I've been here, you know that you've seen a lot.
42,
The only way
cuz.
to be here this long in this game is to make sure you don't say a lot.
Yeah.
You heard?
Yeah.
You did?
Can I say something as a fan?
More than fear saying the wrong thing about the wrong
I
person,
ain't
or
in
just
fear of nothing. Niggas know my rap sheet. I talk about anybody and their mama.
Yo,
You
Jimmy.
heard? In front of their face.
You're being nice.
It's not.
You're being
fear of
nice to the
nothing,
game
you
right
heard?
now.
But who I am as a man, some things serve me no purpose. You heard?
yeah, you're absolutely
That
right.
shit
I agree.
doesn't add up to the journey that I'm on for me to do certain things.
Yeah.
That I did when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard? Now, if you want to go to 06, you can see what I mean, but I don't really care. Like, I speak my mind.
Yo, like this. Yo.
I still do also, but I'm more tasteful and shit like that. I'm a little bit older and shit like
Right.
that. But I have
And
fear,
different things
I have
are
fear
expected
of
of us.
nothing but God and the dentist.
Okay.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I fear myself. I'm my own worst
Yeah,
enemy.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
That
too.
I
dentist,
feel myself.
That dentist is a
too.
motherfucker, yeah.
That too. I've shot myself in the foot a lot of times. A lot of times in my life. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the train wrecks that I had, I caused. I've been the conductor to a lot of the crashes that I had in my life. And I admit that wholeheartedly, but I'm okay with that.
Well, that's how you grow. You admit that.
Same. I've been there.
All lessons.
I had the world by the balls at a point.
But I think
What do you need?
I think y'all got a lot for today.
No, absolutely. You good, man.
It's been
I love you, Jimmy.
Yeah. Is anything else before we go?
My brother,
anything
yeah.
else you want to
Yo,
promote?
and I need the correct name of this because I want to go on the camera.
That's cough medicine.
Yeah, I seen
The
that. I seen
brand
that.
is high
Okay.
tolerance.
All right.
With that strand, it's cough medicine.
All right.
tolerance right there.
Is there any way I tie you into it or just shout out this?
Yeah, I mean,
Jim
that's my
Jones?
brand.
Okay.
Cough medicine.
Okay.
Cough medicine is
Okay.
my brand. High tolerance is my partner.
Yo, guys, Mike, when I come into this camera, do I look a little crazy? Should I come in this way?
Grab your mic.
Because I
cuz.
really, I'm wilding. Yo,
How many
Jimmy.
of y'all can say y'all got to sit down with Kaloji? I
Yo.
gotta get this on my phone. Bro, this
I
is
got to
crazy.
sit down with you. Honor
Yo,
and pleasure,
bro,
bro.
I did a record. I did an album
Hold up.
called Wasted Talent. You heard one of most influential movies of my lifetime. It was a young kid named Kaloji in there that reminded me so much of myself at the time when I was coming up. And as I got older, both the fathers or both the leading roles remind me of myself. But just to be here in this interview and I pop up and my man C was here. You heard?
Thank you. Honor and a pleasure.
And
to
he
be with
and he
you
a
as well.
real one. You heard? Like, you know, you can feel energy. The energy is in the room. You heard? You could tell that the movie was a real thing to him. Like, you dig? Like, I'm just watching his mannerisms and shit like that. You heard? And he been around since roll call. Stop playing with us. You heard? Stop playing with us.
Yeah.
So money.
Jim, all right, yo, Jim. There's something we do, right? It's not gonna be long. I'm gonna say we're in the office, and then I'm gonna turn to Ya, and you gonna say we're in the office if you cool with it.
All right, come on.
All right. And yo, listen, guys. So when he says we're in the office, I need y'all back there super loud. We're in the office. All right? All right? All right. 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 1, 2. So look, I'm in the office.
No,
We're
just
in
do
the office. All right.
No,
all
but
right.
do that. You did it yesterday. I gotta tell you something, kid.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, kid. We're in the office. We're in the office. Holla. Culture boys, we coming. Y'all slacking. Capo, El Bosso, El Machismo. Listen, cough medicine, you motherfuckers. Stop taking that bullshit the doctor's telling you to take and smoke that Jimmy cough medicine. You'll be all right. Don't worry about my missing tooth. It's all good. We good. We good. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Thank you once again.
Thank you,
Really
Jimmy.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.